but there is a very clear prediction that our most successful theory of nature makes, and that is that there are an enormous number, mind-bogglingly large number, of parallel realities, as real as this one, that have different consistent histories. So imagine a world where all of the laws of physics as we know them are obeyed, but different decisions were made along the way. In a quantum computer, that device can be in this strange situation where these two parallel universes have a nexus.
Alright, this video is going to be about an interesting crypto called Quant. I will impart information to you, but this is not to be taken as financial advice. I have a YouTube channel where I've talked about many somewhat bizarre topics, such as whether Joe Biden intentionally did things to sabotage his own election, whether or not uninterruptible autopilot was needed to carry out the attacks on a Pentagon during the 7-Eleven gas station event. Those are code words. I covered whether the Fourth Psychological Operations Group has imparted hidden messages to the lay public. So, as a result of publishing material on various bizarre theories over time, very interesting people have reached out to me and made fantastical sounding claims at times. I was told by an Austin Steinbart to focus on the crypto XRP, this back in 2020. Since that time, XRP and related derivatives of that crypto token have become very popular. Even today, you see entire spaces dedicated to the topic. A few years ago, an insider told me the following. Everything is under the Quant blockchain. You have finance, cable, cellular, Facebook, military, anything digital. It's all associated and under the umbrella of Quant blockchain. This is obviously very hard to believe. I was asked, who owns and operates Quant? What does Quant have to do with the Internet Bill of Rights? Why is there a push to make every transaction digital? Does the government want everybody to be online? Is this why Elon's allowed to populate the skies with Starlink? So these were all questions that were posed to me by a special anonymous individual, an individual who communicated many interesting things to me over the last several years. Again, if you're a type of person who publishes topics like the several faces of Joe Biden, the alleged island west of Australia, you will draw some very interesting characters. So I have quite a few interesting contexts, and these contacts say very interesting things. But what am I to believe? I was told to look at Executive Order 11110, created by the late John F. Kennedy, that Quant may relate to that somehow. I did various internet searches that did not turn up really anything interesting. I'll have you know, this individual, one day I ate a chocolate chip cookie, the first time I had done so in about 3 to 4 years, and this individual, on the same day, or at most a day later, makes reference to Joe Biden sparing a turkey named chocolate chip. You might say it's just a coincidence. I understand there's not really anything I can tell you to truly establish credibility concerning this anonymous online individual. I can just say I've seen many accurate predictions from this person. This person told me to look into crypto by the end of the month, and specifically told me to look away from the most popular crypto, Bitcoin, but instead to look into a different crypto that he wouldn't mention the name of. I felt he could be referencing a crypto discussed years ago, but even at that time when I asked him to clarify regarding Quant, he did deny that it was this specific crypto. There is another Quant that's on the Solana blockchain, at this point not looking incredibly bullish. I did scour the internet for this theory of a blockchain to rule them all, also trying to connect it to the executive order. I could not find anything at all. Per this source, the month of June is looking to be very good for cryptocurrency. This particular crypto, Quant, has had a great rise recently, just over the last few days, increasing from $95 to $116 currently. Over this last week, Bitcoin is showing some progressive weakness. In the United States, currently there's a Bitcoin conference going on. Usually these events turn into a buy the news, short-term gain phenomena that results in cryptocurrencies crashing. The token Quant is intended to improve upon the concept of interoperability between crypto and financial institutions. Quant's most bullish case rests on the fact that if it were to become more established and used, the native token itself is required within all the transactions, so that would likely increase its value. There are 14 million Quant tokens in total supply. Compare the total supply, the 14 million, to Bitcoin's total supply, which is 19 million, and you'll realize that by potential value, if Quant were to become established in the crypto ecosystem, it could rise to a value of thousands per token. All institutions, enterprises, and DeFi participants would use Quant to transact within Fusion. Quant spot reserves on exchanges have been progressively declining since 2022. Overledger Fusion is a star liquidity lockdown. You don't need a crystal ball to see it, just a calculator is fine. Only 14.8 Quant exists, 14.8 million that is. No inflation forever. Less than 70% of the supply is locked up. If Quant reaches 60%, that leaves 6 million tokens available for trading. Quant has been laughed at for being too corporate, for being boring. So all that said, I'm not encouraging you to get this token. It is currently falling in price with the rest of crypto. It was 119 early this morning, now 114. But overall, it had shown quite a bit of bullish strength. Last night was particularly impressive. You can really invest in any crypto here, but this video was made just to give you the benefit of insight, assuming I'm being told important, true things by an anonymous source. This is indeed quite a strange world, so I don't just totally write off anything this source tells me. My choice to even talk about this crypto could result in a reality where it immediately falls to $80 2 hours after the video comes out. So again, I can't emphasize enough, this video is not intended as advice to get this particular crypto, just sharing with you an experience. I realize I could be communicated to in code, lied to in certain instances, but encouraged to use my own discernment and come to my own conclusions. The conclusion I come to is this crypto has great branding because it has the name Quant, and we are entering a quantum age. The crypto is based on the Ethereum blockchain, which could be a problem due to high transaction fees, there are only 14 million of the crypto in existence, meaning at this point, relative to some of the big-time currencies such as XRP and Bitcoin, it's quite undervalued. This anonymous source told me that it's good to look into crypto ending the month of May. I had uploaded a video recently showing that multiple sources look at the end of May as an important time period. May of 2024, John Trump Jr. posted this meme of a dam. The dam's labeled May 31st, and there's like a rainbow that's held behind it, implying that there is a new, awesome reality just waiting to take hold. We are told the grand solar minimum approaches, which will result in a period of extreme cold. There is concern often expressed of various near-Earth asteroids. The asteroid of most concern over the next 4 years being Apophis. I'm told, however, that there are scientists working under strict secrecy to advance the collective's interest in survival by using quantum mechanics to alter programmed outcomes within the master program of this realm of which we live. This could all be false, imaginary stuff, or it could be true. But I'm telling you this, that way you'll have the benefit of knowing these things were considered and thought about at a future date. This is an additional benefit of your continued subscription to this eclectic, strange content I post. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.